Pull the novel from the shelf you handed me to read, hoping paper might preserve what memory tends to lose. A leaf falls loose against my knee, brittle as a creed, the very one we gathered in the autumn we would choose. I catch it trembling, terrified, my fingers pressed too hard, afraid this fragile relic might collapse into the air. But something stranger settles in, a feeling cold, unmarked, because just yesterday I smiled at someone else somewhere. I forced the tears together, proof that I still carry you. But even grief feels distant now, rehearsed instead of real. This leaf has turned to dust and shadow, brittle through and through, much like the version of my love that's quietly congealed. I want so badly to believe I'm faithful to the past, but even paper knows devotion never learned to last. And the leaf between these pages crumbles softer than a sigh, proof that even sacred things surrender in the end. I wanna keep on walking, but my heart won't say goodbye, calling me a traitor for the healing I intend. So I sit, holding dust like grief, unsure if I'm still allowed to move. The past is just a dry leaf, crumble into dust at one soft touch. I wanna keep moving forward, but my heart accuses me, calling me a traitor, brave enough to just forget. How do I outrun a memory? I remember how we picked it from a branch, still holding green. The first cold morning of the season, laughing at the wind. Now it's nothing but a shadow of the color that it's been, proof that even joy grows fragile once the season ends. I think about the way I smiled at someone new last night, small and hesitant, unsure if I betrayed a vow. But even sunlight has to move to keep the world in light, and grief can't be the only thing that teaches me to bow. And the leaf between these pages crumbles softer than a sigh, proof that even sacred things surrender in the end. I wanna keep on walking, but my heart won't say goodbye, calling me a traitor for the healing I intend. So I sit, holding dust like grief, unsure if I'm still allowed to move. The past is just a dry leaf, crumble into dust at one soft touch. I wanna keep moving forward, but my heart accuses me, calling me a traitor, brave enough to just forget. How do I outrun a memory? The glow falls pale across my face inside this quiet room. I'm staring at a message box that's empty, white and wide. I type the words that hold my grief, that hold my selfish gloom. The sorry for the damage I was never brave to hide. My thumb erases every sentence, letter torn from letter, until the numbness climbing through my fingertips feels loud. Some pride I carried from the past still thinks it should know better. A wall of rusted iron built from every silent vow. I write the truth in fragments scattered, honest and complete. I love you, I was wrong, I'm sorry, words I can't quite send. The grudges from before still sit like stone beneath my feet, convincing me that keeping distance somehow helps me mend. The screen goes dark eventually, surrendering to black, and I'm left holding nothing but the coward's kind of ache. And I type the words and I miss you, then I let them fall away, deleting every truth before it ever finds the light. I keep protecting something small, some fragile pride, some sway, while losing you completely every single quiet night. So I lie, wrapped up in what's undone, holding regret instead of you. I've typed the words I miss you, but I can't press send tonight, guarding my own pride while I keep losing you for good. Was it ever worth it, keeping something so small alive, if it cost me everything I could have kept? I remember all the moments I could have said the truth out loud, before the silence hardened into something I call home. Now every apology feels heavier, feels less allowed, the longer that I've practiced how to carry this alone. I scroll through old conversations, proof of who we used to be. Two people talking freely, never scared of what we lose. I wonder what would happen if I let my walls go free, if courage weighed less than the ego I keep choosing to use. And I type the words and I miss you, then I let them fall away, deleting every truth before it ever finds the light. I keep protecting something small, some fragile pride, some sway, while losing you completely every single quiet night. So I lie, wrapped up in what's undone, holding regret instead of you. I've typed the words I miss you, but I can't press send tonight, guarding my own pride while I keep losing you for good. Was it ever worth it, keeping something so small alive, if it cost me everything I could have kept? The message stays unsent, the screen has gone to black. Maybe tomorrow I'll find the hands of time are tracing geometric lines across the empty canvas where your shadow shines. A single coffee cup is gathering the frost, counting every second that our silence cost. The autumn leaves are whispering a muted sound, like forgotten forgotten promises upon the ground. But I can see the truth behind the faded glass, watching every winter season pass. We built a castle out of shifting sand and let it slip right through our open hand. So let the rain wash out the ink upon the page. We are just actors leaving an abandoned stage. I locked the door and threw away the silver key to set the ghost of you and me completely free. Yeah, we are free. The radio is playing our favorite melody, but now it sounds just like a distant eulogy. I learned to navigate the crowded city streets without the rhythm that your heavy heartbeat meets. The mirror shows a face that finally understands the art of letting go with steady hands. Echoes in the dark, a dying spark. We fell apart. You tore the map and left me at the very start. But look at me now, I'm breaking the spills in through the windshield, pooling on the seat. The one beside me empty now. For months I've lost to grief. My hand falls sideways, searching for a warmth it used to meet, and finds your wool glove instead, still tucked beneath the seams. It slipped between the cushions back when winter owned the air. One thread of you still living in the fabric's hollow crease. The road tonight is empty, polished clean without a care, mocking every driver trying to outrun a memory's release. I keep the heater running through the seat, stays cold as stone. Some absences can't be worn by any dashboard light. At every turn I catch myself forgetting I'm alone, smiling sideways at the space where you should sit tonight, then swallowing the sudden ache that climbs up from my chest, forcing tears back down my throat like something I digest. And the glove still holds the shape of fingers I can't touch, folded soft into the seam like you left it there on purpose. I've driven every empty road, but it's never quite enough to put enough miles between me and this quiet aching surface. So I drive past the same red light, still reaching for a hand that isn't there. One glove still warm against my I've learned the highway better than the shape of your own hand. Every exit sign reminds me where we meant to go. The radio still plays that song we never got to plan. I turn it off before the chorus, before the ache can grow. Sometimes I catch the ghost of perfume drifting from the vent. Sometimes I swear the seatbelt clicks the way it used to sound. I drive past places holding memories I never meant to carry quite this far, quite this heavy, quite this far around. And the glove still holds the shape of fingers I can't touch, folded soft into the seam like you left it there on purpose. I've driven every empty road, but it's never quite enough to put enough miles between me and this quiet aching surface. So I drive past the same red light, still reaching for a hand that isn't there. One glove still warm against my palm, but my heart stays frozen through. The empty seat is light as air, yet heavy with the past. Where do I drive tonight to finally set you down, when every road just leads me back to you? This old theater's playing its last film to empty rows. No one left to share the flicker dancing on the wall. I find a faded ticket buried deep inside my clothes. The day you laughed beside me, never knowing it was all. I watch the blank screen flicker, static settle in like snow, as if the reel that held our story got quietly cut clean. Somewhere in the editing, our scene got left to go, leaving only empty frames where we were meant to be seen. The velvet seats are worn from years of stories told and sold, but ours was never given time to finish its own arc. I sit here in the darkness, watching memories unfold against a screen that offers nothing but the fading dark. The popcorn smell has faded into dust and old cologne, and I'm the only ending credit rolling here alone. And the lights come up around me, but I still don't want to leave, holding on to darkness like it's softer than the day. I keep waiting for a sequel that I know I won't receive. Some part of me still frozen in the seat where you would stay. So I sit long after the reel runs out, still watching for a scene that never comes. The movie ended, we never did. Your silence kept rolling after the credits. The story's over now, but the waiting hasn't learned to stop. I used to love the way you grip my hand through every scene. Never guessing that the ending credits meant goodbye. Now I sit through films alone, chasing what they might have been, watching strangers fall in love while I just wonder why. The usher sweeps between the rows, indifferent to my goals, collecting popcorn, gum wrappers, the debris of what's now gone. I used to think our story was the one I'd love the most. Now I'm learning how to sit through silence till the dawn. And the lights come up around me, but I still don't want to leave. Holding on to darkness like it's softer than the day. I keep waiting for a sequel that I know I won't receive. Some part of me still frozen in the seat where you would stay. So I sit long after the reel runs out, still watching for a scene that never comes. The movie ended, we never did. Your silence kept rolling after the credits. The story's over now, but the waiting hasn't learned to stop. The screen's gone blank now, the seats are empty still. Maybe it's time I finally walk out too. Same wooden chair, same tilt of afternoon light, falling in pieces on a cup that learned to break. The fracture line runs west like a river, losing sight of the shore it used to hold before the quiet spread away. Steam doesn't rise here anymore, only memory does, curling thin and gray where your hand used to reach. I keep the seat across from me exactly as it was, a museum built from silence, a shoreline none can teach. There was a Tuesday once, our fingers wrapped the same porcelain skin, warmth passing through two palms like a secret changing owners. No warning bell, just the hush of leaving, thin footsteps dissolving into streetlight, into strangers. I keep replaying how the door never learned to slam. You closed it soft, like grief could somehow be polite. And I wanna stand, I wanna walk, I wanna leave this frame, but my feet forgot the language every other limb still knows. Because if I let go of this floor, this booth, this name, the shadow you left folded here might finally close. So I stay, pretending steam still climbs, pretending closing time forgets to come. How many empty cups of lonely must I drink before your ghost dissolves out of this vein? A cracked cup gets thrown away without a second thought, but where does a person go when it's their heart that breaks? The bell above the door still rings for every stranger's hand, and every time it rings some reflex turns my head around. Hope is a muscle mind forgot to properly disband. Even knowing you're returning makes no living sound. I've memorized the way the barista sighs it alive, the way the light goes amber then surrenders into blue. I'm becoming furniture, a fixture kept alive by a story that stopped needing any version of the truth. And I wanna stand, I wanna walk, I wanna leave this frame, but my feet forgot the language every other limb still knows. Because if I let go of this floor, this boot, this name, the shadow you left folded here might finally close. So I stay, pretending steam still climbs, pretending closing time forgets to come. How many empty cups of lonely must I drink before your ghost dissolves out of this vein? A cracked cup gets thrown away without a second thought, but where does a person go? 3 a.m. and I'm still sitting in this corner booth alone. Lemon water, sweating rings around a glass I never drink. I unfold the napkin softly, worn as old and brittle bone. Find your handwriting still bleeding, sorry, faster than I think. You scrawled it, running, rushing like the door was chasing you. 3 years frozen in this fragile square of paper, thin and torn. I hold a pen above it, wanting so bad to write you through, but my hand stays locked in silence, heavier than I have known. The tears come without asking, sliding down before I choose, landing soft on faded letters, blurring what you left behind. I watch your only apology start dissolving with each loose drop of grief I can't control. No matter how I try to bind, maybe this was always paper, never anything more true. Maybe sorry was the only honest thing that came from you. And I sit here watching one word slowly wash away, like the love that never really lived beyond this thin disguise. You could write your whole apology in seconds on that day, but I'm left to spend a lifetime trying just to say goodbye. So I stay and watch the letters fade, like something that was never fully real. One small word of sorry can't repair a heart in pieces. You wrote it in a hurry, but I've carried it for years. Now I watch it dissolve softer underneath my tears, and still I can't decide which one of us disappears. I used to keep this napkin folded safe inside my coat, a relic of the version of you I refuse to release. But relics only work if there's a story left to quote, and yours dissolved to nothing but a temporary piece. The ink is thin, the shadows barely holding any shape, much like the version of forever we once swore we keep. I trace the ghost of letters like I'm tracing your escape, and finally understand that some apologies just sleep. And I sit here watching one word slowly wash away, like the love that never really lived beyond this thin disguise. You could write your whole apology in seconds on that day, but I'm left to spend a lifetime trying just to say goodbye. So I stay and watch the letters fade, like something that was never fully real. One small word of sorry can't repair a heart in pieces. You wrote it still I can't decide which one of us deserves. This garden holds no footsteps but the ones I bring along. I carry withered flowers from a birthday we skipped past. I've tried to leave them scattered underneath the broken stone, but every single time my hands refuse to let them cast away into the weeds where dying things are meant to rest. The wind lifts up the fading scent and carries it to me, like something of you lingers in the petals on my chest. A ghost of celebration tangled soft in memory. I set them down upon the bench and turn to walk away, convinced in my own footsteps that my hands are finally free. But freedom isn't real if what it costs is feeling gray. About a love that dried up faster than these flowers could be. I make it halfway down the path before I have to pause, because my chest still carries weight my empty hands don't hold. And I leave the flowers on the bench with hands that feel so light, but my heart still carries every petal, every thorn, every stem. I thought that letting go meant walking freely into night, but grief doesn't ask permission when it's time to say amen. So I walk with empty, aching hands, carrying you somewhere I can't see. These flowers never said goodbye, so neither could I. The flowers have all withered now, but the love hasn't died. I've left these flowers here 100 times, or maybe more, each time convinced that this will be the version that would stick. But grief has never followed logic, never learned to keep score. It just returns like tide against a shoreline, steady, thick. I watch the petals scatter softer with each passing wind, surrendering the color to a season none can stop. Maybe love was never something you could leave and rescind. Maybe some devotion doesn't know the way to drop. And I leave the flowers on the bench with hands that feel so light, but my heart still carries every petal, every thorn, every stem. I thought that letting go meant walking freely into night, but grief doesn't ask permission when it's time to say amen. So I walk with empty, aching hands, carrying you somewhere I can't see. These flowers never said goodbye, so neither could I. The flowers have all withered now, but the love hasn't died. Still carries what I couldn't leave. The speakers call for boarding, bouncing hollow through the hall, but all I hear is rhythm stumbling wrong inside my chest. I stare down at the ticket that I saved through spring and fall, just to to reach you as a surprise, to be your welcome guest. But minutes ago a photo surfaced bright upon my screen. Your fingers laced with someone new, a stranger wearing gold. I'm standing at the gateway to a life I've never seen, frozen underneath the weight this paper cannot hold. The crowd moves fast around these shoulders, brushing left and right, but I can't find the motion to continue or retreat. This ticket holds a distance measured perfectly in flight. It says nothing of the mileage buried underneath my feet. It promises arrival at the city of your name, but not the version of your heart I thought would be the same. And I hold 1,000 miles folded neatly in my hand, a straight line drawn toward you, printed clear in black and blue. But the distance to your feelings, I don't understand. What kind of vessel takes me to a heart that's changed its view? So I stand beside this open gate, holding paper for a place that's closed. 1,000 miles of highway I could fly to reach your door, but the distance to your feelings, what could carry me there? This ticket holds a printed date, so clear, so guaranteed, but your love expired without a single warning. I planned the whole surprise for months, the words I'd say to you, rehearsed the way you'd smile, the way you'd pull me close and laugh. But plans dissolve so quickly under evidence that's true. One photograph can shatter every carefully drawn path. I look down at the boarding pass, the seat that I reserved, beside a chair that someone else has quietly replaced. I bought this flight, believing every promise you preserved, not knowing I was flying toward a love that time erased. And I hold 1,000 miles folded neatly in my hand, a straight line drawn toward you, printed clear in black and blue. But the distance to your feelings, I don't understand. What kind of vessel takes me to a heart that's changed its view? So I stand beside this open gate, holding paper for a place that's closed. 1,000 miles of highway I could fly to reach your door, but the distance to your feelings, what could carry me there? This ticket holds a printed date, so clear, so guaranteed, but your love expired without a single warning. The gate is closing now, the ticket's in my hand, but I'm not getting on. Hot water spills and ribbons from the faucet filling slow. This porcelain tub surrounded by a door I've locked. twice tight. I pull my knees against my chest and watch the bubbles grow around a glass of red wine, half finished, catching light. You left it here the evening that you came to take your things. The last trace of you lingers on the rim in faded red. I've learned to wear a smile that never trembles, never sings, of everything that's breaking underneath the words I've said. In front of everybody else, I'm steady, calm and fine. I laugh a little louder just to prove I've moved along. But here alone behind this door, I lose that careful line. And every breath I'm holding turns unbearably too long. I press my palms against the water, sending waves to rise, loud enough to swallow every sound I can't disguise. And I smile so wide for strangers, hiding everything I feel. Then I come home to this water just to let the walls collapse. The glass still holds the shadow of your lips against its steel edge of crimson, while my own life empties out to nothing left. So I sit, drowning out my grief in water loud enough to hide the sound. I smile in front of everyone but cry when no one's near. Your lipstick stains the wine glass, but my life's left hollow bare. I splash the water louder just to drown my breaking sound, so no one ever learns how far I've fallen. I've practiced every answer for the question, are you fine? Rehearsed the shape my mouth makes when I say I'm doing well. But here the water knows the truth behind that careful line. It holds the parts of me I'm too afraid for friends to tell. I trace the wine glass slowly, tracing where your mouth once pressed, wondering if you feel any weight of what you walked away. The bathwater has gone lukewarm, but I still haven't dressed, still sitting in the residue of everything I can't say. And I smile so wide for strangers, hiding everything I feel. Then I come home to this water just to let the walls collapse. The glass still holds the shadow of your lips against its steel edge of crimson, while my own life empties out to nothing left. So I sit, drowning out my grief in water loud enough to hide the sound. I smile in front of everyone but cry when no one's near. Your lipstick stains the wine glass, but my life's left hollow bare. I splash the water louder just to drown my breaking sound, so no one ever learns how far I've fallen. The water's going cold now. The glass still holds your mark. Maybe tomorrow. Morning fog is settling thick across the quiet bridge. while I lean against the railing, watching water slip along. Underneath my feet, the remnants of a fireworks ridge, scattered casings spent and hollow, silent from last night's song. You arrive the way the fireworks tear open darkened skies. Brilliant, sudden, breathtaking, impossible to name, but beauty measured only seconds, dazzling to my eyes, before it faded into smoke and left me with the flame. I picked the casing off the ground, expecting love to stay, but it's gone cold already, hollow, empty in my hand. Much like everything about you, slowly drifted away, leaving me to memorize the shape of where you stood. I keep on staring at the sky, though nothing's left to see, waiting for another burst of light that used to be. And you came in like a firework, brilliant for a breath, lighting up the darkest corners I had learned to hide. But the beauty burned so quickly, leaving only smoke and death of every quiet hope I built around you deep inside. So I stand upon this empty bridge, waiting for a light that won't return. You arrived just like a firework, blinding for a single breath. Then you left me only darkness, where the brightness used to be. I barely got to celebrate the beauty that you brought, before you burned out of my life for good. I keep replaying how the sky looked lit up, gold and red. How briefly everything felt possible, felt whole, felt right. But fireworks were never meant for staying, I've since read. They're built for burning brilliant, then dissolving into night. I used to think that love like yours could last beyond the spark, that dazzling would translate to something steady, something true. But standing here I finally see the pattern in the dark. Some beauty's only purpose is the leaving, is the through. And you came in like a firework, brilliant for a breath, lighting up the darkest corners I had learned to hide. But the beauty burned so quickly, leaving only smoke and death of every quiet hope I built around you deep inside. So I stand upon this empty bridge, waiting for a light that won't return. You arrived just like a firework, blinding for a single breath. Then you left me only darkness, where the brightness used to be. I barely got to celebrate the beauty that you brought, before you burned out of my life for good. The smoke is clear now, the casing's cold in my hand. Maybe some lights were never meant to stay. The waiting hall feels quieter tonight than it has ever been. An old boarding pass falls loose from pages of my travel book. A flight we never boarded, folded into might have been. I run my thumb along the print, afraid too long to look. I've I've learned to fly towards stranger cities, learned to pack it light. But every new arrival gate still smells like your goodbye. The world keeps handing me horizons, wide and full of flight. Yet somehow every landing feels like drifting back to why. I've counted every time zone difference sitting on your skin. Memorize the hours it would take to close this widening gap. But distance isn't measured just in miles. I could begin to travel. It's the quiet kind that doesn't fit a map. The more I move across this earth, the smaller it should feel. But you keep getting further, even when the ground stays still. And every flight I board takes off towards somewhere far and new. But somewhere in the boarding call, I'm still landing next to you. The world has gotten bigger, but it hasn't made me free. I keep flying farther out, still tangled in this history. So I fly, chasing every gate. But you're the one place I can't reach. Every flight leaves, but my heart missed yours. The plane has taken off already, and I'm left only with the waiting. I've slept in airports scattered wide across a dozen skies. Learned the comfort strangers offer when there's no one else around. But every gate I wait in echoes with your last goodbyes. Every runway feels like losing you without a sound. I used to think that moving forward then I'd leave you back somewhere frozen in a moment I'd eventually outgrow. But grief has learned to travel light, tucked into my carry-on and pack, following me through customs everywhere I go. And every flight I board takes off towards somewhere far and new. But somewhere in the boarding call, I'm still landing next to you. The world has gotten bigger, but it hasn't made me free. I keep flying farther out, still tangled in this history. So I fly, chasing every gate. But you're the one place I can't reach. Every flight leaves, but my heart missed yours. The plane has taken off already, and I'm left only with the waiting. The gate is closing now, another flight has left. Maybe someday I'll land somewhere that's home. The mirror holds my body, tired, sinking to the floor, reflecting every muscle that has given all it had. I peel the ribbon, slippers off, the seams torn at the core. The blisters underneath them raw and bleeding and so sad. We used to move together like our rhythm was one skin. Two dancers built from matching steps for holding equal time. But now my heart keeps counting beats that yours is giving moving further forward while you're frozen mid the rhyme. I keep on lacing tighter though the fabric's torn and thin, because releasing this position feels like losing you. But even ribbon only stretches till it can't begin to hold the shape of dancers who no longer move on cue. I've outgrown what we practiced, but I'm terrified to admit the choreography we built no longer seems to fit. And I keep forcing feet too small into a shoe that's shrunk, because I can't imagine letting go of what we knew. But moving forward means admitting all the ways I've sunk into a role. I'm dancing solo, even dancing next to you. So I stand barefoot on this floor, letting go of steps that led nowhere. I keep on forcing my small shoes, refusing to let go. But what's the point of moving forward when the road is red? With all the blood I've bled to keep a rhythm that's long dead. Maybe it's the shoes I need to leave behind. I remember when the fit was perfect, seamless, soft and light, before the growing pains arrived and changed the shape of me. You stayed exactly who you were, content within the night, while I kept stretching upward toward a version yet to be. The calluses I built from dancing this uneven pace are proof I kept on trying long after trying made sense. I look down at my bleeding feet and finally see the space between who I've become and who you're holding in suspense. And I keep forcing feet too small into a shoe that's shrunk, because I can't imagine letting go of what we knew. But moving forward means admitting all the ways I've sunk into a role. I'm dancing solo, even dancing next to you. So I stand barefoot on this floor, letting go of steps that led nowhere. I keep on forcing my small shoes, refusing to let go. But what's the point of moving forward when the road is red? With all the blood I've bled to keep a rhythm that's long dead. Maybe it's the shoes I need to leave behind. The shoes stay by the mirror, my feet are finally free. Maybe growing forward means walking on my own.
Up here where the dust collects on boxes no one opens twice, I lift the lid and find the gray sweater you gave to me. Vanilla mixed with cigarette smoke, frozen there like ice, holding a version of a man I used to think I'd need. I press it to my chest the way I used to press your hand, searching through the fabric for the warmth I can't replace. The same wool once wrapped us both against a colder land. Now it's the only map that leads me back to your embrace. I never learned to wash it, terrified the scent might fade. This thread of proof that somewhere once your love for me was true. Downstairs a stranger's waiting, someone in my choices made. A man who shares my kitchen but has no idea of you. I fold the sleeves the way I used to fold them over mine, and mourn a warmth that living men can't seem to redefine. And the sweat is still holding heat that left this house for good, while the one who's sleeping near me feels like winter walking through. I hug this borrowed fabric like I know I never should, grieving something perfect while pretending to build new. So I hold this ghost of vanilla air, morning warmth that living can't replace. This sweater still stays warm, but the one who gave it turned to ice. I hold the old wool crying for the man I used to know, because the one who's standing here in front of me tonight is someone I no longer recognize. Downstairs I hear him moving through a kitchen built for two. His voice sounds so much softer than the one still in my mind. I used to think that time could heal what winter did to you, but grief just changes shape, it doesn't ever stay behind. The attics become church where I confess to cotton thread, admitting to a sweater what I can't admit out loud, that even years from now when every trace of you has fled, I'll still be climbing stairs to find you buried in a shroud. And the sweat is still holding heat that left this house for good, while the one who's sleeping near me feels like winter walking through. I hug this borrowed fabric like I know I never should, grieving something perfect while pretending to build new. So I hold this ghost of vanilla air, morning warmth that living can't replace. This sweater still stays warm, but the one who gave it turned to ice. I hold the old wool crying for the man I used to know, because the one who's standing here in front of me tonight is someone I no longer recognize. Still smells like you, still feels like then. I fold it back away. The tide keeps drawing softly at the sand beneath my feet, stealing grains of ground the way you stole my certainty. The sun is sinking low and painting orange on the sheet of water, stretching endless toward a boundary I can't see. I bend to find a piece of glass the ocean wore down smooth, a fragment of a bottle someone shattered years ago. It's polished now, no edges left for anyone to prove, but underneath it's still the wound that started long ago. I tell myself the sharpness of your words has finally dulled,
The time like water softens every jagged, broken part. But standing on this shoreline where our laughter once was full, the tears still fall in silence, quiet traitors to my heart. I throw the glass back to the waves, releasing what I hold. But the ocean, like my memory, refuses to let go. And the waves keep bringing back what I keep trying to release, washing it against my ankles like it never learned to leave. I thought that polished edges meant I finally found my peace, but a smoother scar is still a scar that memory can grieve. So I stand at the edge of what we lost, watching pieces wash back to my feet. Glass can break and wear down smooth, but never holds its shape again. The wound outside has healed, but I still bleed inside for you. Every time I hear your name, the scar reopens soft. Polished isn't the same as gone. I used to think that healing meant forgetting how it burned, that time would send the memory until it lost its name. But standing here, I realize some lessons never turned into anything but echoes wearing different frames. The water doesn't care how long a fragment drifts alone. It carries every broken thing back to the place it started. Maybe scars were never meant to vanish skin to bone. Maybe they're the proof that something lived inside my heart. And the waves keep bringing back what I keep trying to release, washing it against my ankles like it never learned to leave. I thought that polished edges meant I finally found my peace, but a smoother scar is still a scar that memory can grieve. So I stand at the edge of what we lost, watching pieces wash back to my feet. Glass can break and wear down smooth, but never holds its shape again. The wound outside has healed, but I still bleed inside for you. Every time I hear your name, the scar reopens soft. Polished isn't the same as gone. The glass stays in the sand. The sun has gone to sleep. Some things stay broken, even smooth. The screen throws light across the faces, laughing in their seats, while I sit in the back row, tears sliding quiet down my face. I'm holding 2 old tickets from a night 5 years complete, the same film playing over in this same familiar place. But now the seat beside me holds an absence, not a name. The chair's still shaped around you, though you're nowhere to be found. Each tender scene that flickers cuts through me the very same way a promise cuts through silence when it finally hits the ground. You told me we'd be watching movies decades from tonight. Gray-haired, still together, still holding hands in rows like these. I hold that memory tighter as the credits fill with light, refusing what the dimming of this theater guarantees. The story on the screen resets, replays without a scar, but ours just ended quietly. No sequel, no encore. And the movie finds new endings every time they press play, but the story we were writing only ever learned goodbye. I'm sitting in this empty theater watching light decay, still performing scenes from something that's already died. So I stay long after the credits roll, still playing a part that lost its cast. The film can start again from scratch, but we just ended once. You walked out of this story long before the lights came on. So why am I still sitting here, still acting out this scene, performing love for someone who already left? I remember how your hand would find mine in the dark this way, before the previews finished, before the story would begin. Now I flinch at every touch of light that mirrors yesterday. The empty chair beside me, holding echoes of your skin. The ushers start to sweep between the rows of scattered seats. Their brooms disturbing popcorn like they're brushing off the past. I clutch these paper tickets, soft and torn along the creases, proof that something beautiful was never built to last. And the movie finds new endings every time they press play, but the story we were writing only ever learned goodbye. I'm sitting in this empty theater watching light decay, still performing scenes from something that's already died. So I stay long after the credits roll, still playing a part that lost its cast. The film can start again from scratch, but we just ended once. You walked out of this story long before the lights came up. So why am I still sitting here, still acting out this scene, performing love for someone who already left? The lights are on now, the credits finished rolling. Maybe it's time I walked out too. Rain keeps beating soft against this balcony's cold frame, mixing with the smoke that's drifting through my trembling hand. I stare down at the cigarette you left here, still the same brand I always hated, now the only thing I understand. I lift it anyway and light the end you left behind, though the taste of it still turns my stomach, still feels wrong. I gave up every version of the person I once find, just to walk in step with you, to learn the shape of where you'd gone. I traded all my mornings for the rhythm of your nights. I softened every edge of me to fit inside your frame. I told myself the losing was a form of getting right, but standing here I can't recall the letters of my name. The glass beside me holds a stranger wrapped in borrowed skin, bent myself to fit you, only to hear you say I'm wrong. I'm not the one you wanted, though I gave you everything. I lost myself so slowly, I forgot the way back home. How do I find her now, this girl I used to be? I used to know the color of my laughter, clear and true, before I learned to shrink it down to match the sound of yours. I used to trust the shape my dreams would take before I knew you'd redesign my wanting into something I ignored. The mirror in the hallway shows a woman soft and strange, eyes that used to hold a fire, dim to embers, dim to gray. I reach to touch the glass and wonder who arranged this quiet disappear in this slow giving myself away. And the rain keeps falling harder, but it never learns to clean the version of myself I lost trying to hold your hand. I stand here as a shadow of the girl I might have been, still wearing pieces of a person I no longer understand. So I stand alone against this rail, looking for a face I used to know. I bent myself to fit you, only to hear you say I'm wrong. I'm not the one you wanted, though I gave you everything. I lost myself so slowly, I forgot the way back home. How do I find her now, this girl I used to be? The rain is stopping now, the smoke has cleared away. I'm still standing here, looking for myself. Sodium light spills weak and yellow on a swaying empty horse. The carousel still turning slightly, pushed by wind alone. I'm sitting in the cold sand, watching shadows run their course. 3 in the morning, just the moon and me and broken bone. A silver ring light split in two inside my closing palm. I grip it till the metal opens skin along the seam. But even blood can't rival the intensity, the calm. Destruction of believing every word inside your dream. I know that going back to you is right in one more round. A circle built of painted horses, never reaching new. The carnival lights flicker, but they never leave this ground. And still I lack the courage to walk far away from you. I watch the moon complete its arc across this quiet dark, praying that the sunrise gives me courage for the start. And the horses keep on turning, though the ride has lost its tune, carrying me nowhere but around this same old ache. I know the way the story ends before the break of noon, yet I can't seem to release the handle, can't seem to escape. So I ride this rusted aching wheel, circling a place I'll never leave. The paint is peeling off the horses, chipped like promises you made, each one a different color of a lie I chose to trust. I used to think devotion was a feeling, not a trade. Now I understand it's currency that turns to rust. The moon is sinking lower now, surrendering to gray, and something in my chest starts loosening its tired grip. Maybe love was never meant to spin the exact same way. Maybe I've been dizzy on a ride I need to skip, and the horses keep on turning, though the ride has lost its tune, carrying me nowhere but around this same old ache. I know the way this story ends before the break of noon, yet I can't seem to release the handle, can't seem to escape. So I ride this rusted aching wheel, circling a place I'll never leave. I know I'm walking straight into the burn, yet still I reach into the fire of your love. Again, 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 I'd rather bleed from broken silver than lose myself for good to someone who just sees me as a maybe. The sun is rising now, the carousel slows down. Maybe this time I finally step off. The shoreline's calm before the sunrise, holding still its breath. A wooden bench still facing waves the way it always has, angled toward forever, toward the promise we called death. The day we swore we'd grow old, sitting watching tide and grass. I hold a small shell in my palm, worn smooth by patient years, and lift it soft against my ear the way we used to do. Your voice comes pouring through the curve, defying all my fears. The time could ever fully take the sound I have of you. I walk down to the water's edge before the light arrives, the shell still warm from holding still, alive with what you said. I throw it far into the waves, watching how it dives beneath the surface, sinking soft forever from my head. But even as it disappears, submerged in foam and blue, the echo in my ear keeps sounding closer, closer, true. And the ocean swallows everything, the shell, the sand, the light, but it never learned to take the sound that's living in my ear. I threw away the vessel, but the voice stayed clear and bright, proving even oceans can't erase what I hold dear. So I stand before this empty bench, listening for waves that sound like you. The ocean took the shell, but never your voice. The waves keep returning to shore, but you never came back. sit down on the bench alone, the wood still cold with dew, tracing where your hand would rest along the weathered grain. We used to watch the sunrise here and talk of growing through decades side by side, immune to distance, loss, and pain. Now the bench still angles toward the water like before, but it holds an empty half no sunrise ever learns to fill. I keep coming back here, standing faithful on this shore, convinced that if I listen close, I'll hear your laughter still. And the ocean swallows everything, the shell, the sand, the light, but it never learned to take the sound that's living in my ear. I threw away the vessel, but the voice stayed clear and bright, proving even oceans can't erase what I hold dear. So I stand before this empty bench, listening for waves that sound like you. The ocean took the shell, but never your voice. The waves keep returning to shore, but you never came back. The sun is rising now, the bench still faces the sea, and somewhere in the waves I still hear you. I stand inside this hallway where the shadows learn to keep, before the mirror shattered from a glass thrown out in rage. I study my reflection split in fragments, jagged deep, a face gone pale and hollow, like a stranger trapped in a cage. My eyes are swollen quiet, and my smile has lost its shape. I don't recognize the woman looking back at me tonight. You took my joy and confidence, you took them like a drape, pulled down over windows, leaving only wounds and fright. I reach my fingers slowly toward the cracks along the frame, each fracture like a sentence carved from every fight we had. You may have walked out of this house, but I still bear your name in every scar. I'm learning now to carry good or bad. I know that even distance from you doesn't mend the glass. Some breaking doesn't heal itself just because the storm has passed. And I look into the mirror, but I see 100 pieces of a woman who existed once before you tore her down. You left me shattered, scattered, torn apart in creases of a life I don't remember, of a self I can't quite find. So I stand before this broken glass, searching for a face I used to know. I look into the mirror, but a stranger stares back broken. You shattered me down to the bone, then walked away for good. You said that I had changed, that I'm not who I once was. You never said that you're the reason why. I trace each fracture like a map of every word you hurled, learning slowly which reflections still belong to me. Somewhere beneath the damage is a woman whole, unfurled. Before you taught her small was safer, taught her not to be. I sweep the pieces gently, careful not to bleed again. Each shot a piece of evidence of everything I bore. I'm learning now that leaving doesn't erase where you'd been, but I don't have to keep the shape of who I was before. And I look into the mirror, but I see 100 pieces of a woman who existed once before you tore her down. You left me shattered, scattered, torn apart in creases of a life I don't remember, of a self I can't quite find. So I stand before this broken glass, searching for a face I used to know. I look into the mirror, but a stranger stares back broken. You shattered me down to the bone, then walked away for good. You said that I had changed, that I'm not who I once was. You never said that you're the reason why. The mirror stays broken, but I'm still standing here. Maybe I don't need the old reflection back. Under dim and flickering light, I set my guitar on the glass. My hands are shaking slower than the hesitation in my chest. The third string snapped the night our voices turned to broken glass, still hanging loose and silent, never given time to rest. You used to be the melody that lived in every chord, the reason I could turn my aching into something I could hold. But silence took your place the day you left without a word, and turned my whole world tuneless, hollow, distant, and so cold. The pawnbroker counts bills out slow, indifferent to my grief, not knowing that this wood and steel once carried both our names. I signed the paper trembling, treating loss like disbelief, convincing my own hands that letting go removes the pain. But walking out into the street, the tears begin to fall, because I'm not just selling strings, I'm selling most of all. And the tears keep falling harder as I walk away for good, because I didn't just let go of 6 strings and old wood. I sold a soul that used to write in every song I made, the melody that was your name, now silently betrayed. So I walk with empty hands and heart, carrying a silence you left behind, a broken string can be replaced, but a broken heart by who? You were the sweetest melody. I've lost the right to sing. I sold the wood, I sold the strings, but grief's the only thing I kept. The song of you I'll never play again. I used to write you into every bridge and every verse, your laughter hidden somewhere in a melody I'd hum. But silence has a way of turning wanting into worse, and grief became the only music left for me to strum. I walk past music stores now, avoiding every sound, afraid the strings might carry back a voice I can't erase. I used to think that letting go would help me settle down, but losing you meant losing every song I used to chase. And the tears keep falling harder as I walk away for good, because I didn't just let go of 6 strings and old wood. I sold the soul that used to write in every song I made, the melody that was your name, now silently betrayed. So I walk with empty hands and heart, carrying a silence you left behind. A broken string can be replaced, but a broken heart by who? You were the sweetest melody. I've lost the right to sing. I sold the wood, I sold the strings, but grief's the only thing I kept. The song of you I'll never play again. The guitar's gone now, the melody stays. Maybe silence is all I have left. Room 407's quiet, like it never learned to breathe. A coffee cup sits cracked upon the table, cold, unmoved. The rim still carries traces of a mouth I can't retrieve. No new lips arriving here to fill what love once proved. I fold the blankets neatly, trying to erase your ghost, but every object settled back in place still speaks your name. The closet door, the crooked frame, the mirror by the post, each corner of this apartment holding you the same. I thought that straightening surfaces could straighten out my chest, that folding sheets might fold away the shape of missing you. But tidiness can't organize the grief still unaddressed. The cleaner that I make this room, the clearer that it's true. I move from room to room and switch off every glowing light, saving one small lamp for reasons I can't name tonight. And the apartment's dark now, every window turned to black, except this single bulb still burning soft beside the door. Like some small part of me still hasn't learned the way to lack the hope that you'll come walking back the way you did before. So it glows, this one unwilling light, waiting for a key that won't turn again. One light still burns for you, even after every promise turned to dust. The room's gone dark completely, but my heart hasn't learned to turn it off. I've rearranged the furniture to fit a life alone. Push the second chair against the wall where no one sits. But even empty spaces have a way of turning stone into something heavier, some weight that never quits. I run my fingers gently over places you would touch, the counter and the window frame, the handle on the door. I tell myself I'm healing, tell myself it isn't much, but this one light keeps burning like it's waiting for one more. And the apartment's dark now, every window turned to black, except this single bulb still burning soft beside the door. Like some small part of me still hasn't learned the way to lack the hope that you'll come walking back the way you did before. So it glows, this one unwilling light, waiting for a key that won't turn again. One light still burns for you, even after every promise turned to dust. The room's gone dark completely, but my heart hasn't learned to turn it off. The room stays dark now, one light still glowing soft. Maybe tonight I'll finally let it go. The windows cracked and let the winter settle on the sill, touching down on withered stems inside a pot gone dry. I stand here holding water for a garden, fighting still. The one we planted once with hope, now watching hope go by. I pour it slow and gentle over roots that stop their reach, though no amount of tending brings a dead thing back to bloom. I keep on trying anyway, a stubborn kind to teach myself that love can conquer even soil that's turned to doom. I've been the only gardener tending something long since gone, watering a promise that stopped growing months ago. Like someone burning matchsticks through a storm from dusk to dawn, just to hold a little warmth that no one else would know. The last stick's burning shorter now, the flame about to fall, and I must finally admit I'm fighting this alone. And I keep on pouring water into soil that's turned to stone, hoping for a color that stopped living long ago. You left this garden dying while I stayed to tend it prone, to keep believing warmth exists in ashes in the cold. So I kneel before this hollow bloom, watering a ghost that used to grow. I keep watering the dead plant, hoping it will bloom again, loving someone who has left his burn in your own hand, to light a road for someone who already walked away and left me standing in the dark alone. I remember the stem is brittle, breaking almost without sound, like something built on promises that never learned to hold. The last match trembles orange, shrinking smaller in my palm. I watch it flicker weaker, mirroring my own belief. Maybe warmth was never meant to last past one small calm. Maybe holding on this long has only fed my grief. And I keep on pouring water into soil that's turned to stone, hoping for a color that stopped living long ago. You left this garden dying while I stayed to tend it, prone to keep believing warmth exists in ashes in the cold. So I kneel before this hollow bloom, watering a ghost that used to grow. I keep watering the dead plant, hoping it will bloom again. Loving someone who has left us burning your own hand, to light a road for someone who already walked away and left me standing in the dark alone. The match is out now, the soil stays dry. Maybe some things are never meant to bloom again. Cold wind slips in through the chapel's open, heavy door, brushing bare against my wrist where I've rolled my sleeve up high. I stare down at the crescent moon I chose to carve before. The half of you, a sun-shaped mark, was meant to fill the sky. We drew ourselves in matching ink to form one perfect sphere, a private kind of eclipse that only we could ever hold. But now your sun has traveled far to light a world elsewhere, and left my crescent moon to live inside a dark grown cold. I trace the needle-scarred design with fingers soft and slow, aching at the permanence of choices we once made. They say a laser now can burn away this fading glow, but nothing built by science reaches scars that never fade. The ones we carved in secret, underneath the ribs unseen, outlive the ink, outlive the skin, outlive what we had been. And this tattoo will stay with me for every year I live. But loving you was only ever borrowed for a while. A moon can't shine on its own light, it has nothing left to give without the sun that swore forever, then just walked a mile. So I stay, half a picture drawn, waiting for a light that moved away. This ink will last a lifetime, but your love was just a season. The moon has no light of her own. When the sun won't shine away, I'm half of something broken, permanent but incomplete, waiting in the dark you left behind. I remember how the needle felt like nothing, next to you, laughing through the sting because your hand was holding mine. We swore this ink would prove a love too permanent, too true to ever fade or fracture, built to weather any time. Now I sit inside this quiet chapel, sleeve rolled to the bone, studying the shape of half a promise carved in skin, wondering if some things drawn together were always meant to atone for loving someone larger than the space they'd let me in. And this tattoo will stay with me for every year I live, but loving you was only ever borrowed for a while. A moon can't shine on its own light, it has nothing left to give without the sun that swore forever, then just walked a mile. So I stay, half a picture drawn, waiting for a light that moved away. This ink will last a lifetime, but your love was just a season. The moon has no light of her own. When the sun won't shine away, I'm half of something broken, permanent but incomplete, waiting in the dark you left behind. Evening light comes slanting soft through windows edged in gray, falling on the black and white keys buried under dust. My fingertips trace over them but never dare to play, afraid of waking melodies I've learned I cannot trust. I close my eyes and picture you, the curve along your spine, bent forward with a focus only music used to bring. The first song that we ever played together, no byline, now lives inside a silence I'm afraid to let it sing. Since the day you packed your books and moved toward a farther town, I haven't touched that melody, not one measure, not one part, because every single letter of it feels like falling down, each note a tiny needle finding entrance to my heart. I stand here in this hallway, hoping footsteps break the hush, praying for the sound of you returning through that door. But all I hear is my own breathing, heavy, tired and low, echoing through wood and dust where laughter used to live. The piano waits in silence for a hand it used to know, holding half a melody it never learned to give. So it sits, gathering all this quiet, waiting for a song that won't return. Our unfinished song still hangs here, but you let your fingers fall. An untouched piano turns to nothing more than kindling wood, and a heart with no one tending, left alone within these walls. Was it always meant to rot for good? Absence better than I know the scale, the space between two bodies where a melody once grew. Sometimes I lift the fallboard just to let the outline pressed from where you'd sit. I run my hand along it like it's warm, though it's gone cold. I wonder if in your new city there's a song that fits the empty space I've folded into everything I hold. But all I hear is my own breathing, heavy, tired, and low, echoing through wood and dust where laughter used to live. The piano waits in silence for a hand it used to know, holding half a melody it never learned to give. So it sits, gathering all this quiet, waiting for a song that won't return. Unfinished song still hangs here, but you let your fingers fall. An untouched piano turns to nothing more than kindling wood, and a heart with no one tending, left alone within these walls. Was it always meant to rot for good? The keys stay quiet, the dust stays still, our song stays half finished, waiting here. The keys stay quiet, the dust stays still, our song stays half finished, waiting here. Cold wind cuts through the station, no one bothers to repair. Dead leaves keep brushing softly at the edges of my shoes. I stand between two platforms that lead absolutely nowhere, holding on to silence like it's something I could lose. My fingers find the paper folded deep inside my coat, a ticket gone the color of a sunset left too long. You wrote our destination like a promise, like a vow. Now it's just a stub of yellow where a future once belonged. The train pulled out at dusk, its windows blurring into gold. I watched the letters of your name dissolve into the steam. I should have thrown this ticket out the moment it turned cold, but it still carries traces of a love I can't redeem. The scent of you is faded into dust and rusted steel, yet I keep checking pockets like the paper proves you're real. And the tracks stretch out until they meet the color of the sky. Two silver lines that never learn the shape of touching down. Somewhere in the distance is the life you didn't try to hold me through before you left me standing in this town. So I stay beneath the sky of rust, counting rails that carried you away. One paper ticket holding a million kinds of hope, but the road you're walking out has no room left for me. The train already left, so why do I keep standing here? Knowing you got off at some other stop and disappeared. The station clock stopped working on the night that you got off, its hand still pointing toward a time that no one can retrieve. I used to think devotion was a thing that couldn't slow. Now I understand that waiting is the cruelest kind of grief. The rust has climbed the signpost like a slow forgetting vine, swallowing the letters of the city we once planned. I trace the numbers on this ticket like they're braille, like they're a sign. Some language only grief and empty platforms understand. And the tracks stretch out until they meet the color of the sky. Two silver lines that never learn the shape of touching down. Somewhere in the distance is the life you didn't try to hold me through before you left me standing in this town. So I stay beneath the sky of rust, counting rails that carried you away. One paper ticket holding a million kinds of hope, but the road you're walking now has no room left for me. The train already left, so why do I keep standing here, knowing you got off at some other stop and disappeared? The tracks are empty, the ticket's turning softer in my hand. Somewhere a train is leaving. The bulb above the stovetop flickers weak against the wall. In a kitchen that's forgotten what it means to hold a meal. I'm standing with your handwriting, the recipe, the scroll. You wrote for me the winter we still gathered, still felt real. I follow every measurement, each step written with care. The broth, the bones, the herbs you always added with your hand. But something's missing from the pot, some warmth that isn't there, because the recipe can't capture what I don't understand. I taste the soup and close my eyes, expecting to be home, expecting every spoonful to bring back the family table. But flavor built from paper can't replace the love you'd shown. Some warmth was never in the broth, it lived in being able to sit with you around this counter, laughing, safe and whole. Now even perfect measurements can't fill this empty bowl. And I pour the soup out slowly, watching steam dissolve to air, because the recipe was never what made dinner taste like home. It was you, it was the noise, the love we used to share. Now the kitchen light stays burning, but the family's long since gone. So I sit against this cold tile floor, grieving something no recipe can hold. I cooked it just the way you taught me, but it tastes like tears instead. The kitchen light still burns, but our family's long gone out. No matter how I follow every single word you wrote, I can't bring back the warmth we used to have. I've made this soup 100 times, chasing what it used to mean, measuring the broth exact, the way you always did before. But no amount of practice fills the space between the difference of a table full and one lone empty chair. I used to think that recipes could carry love intact, passed down like a language spoken fluently through food. But I'm learning now that warmth was never in the exact proportions. It was in the ones who shared it, who imbued. And I pour the soup out slowly, watching steam dissolve to air, because the recipe was never what made dinner taste like home. It was you, it was the noise, the love we used to share. Now the kitchen light stays burning, but the family's long since gone. So I sit against this cold tile floor, grieving something no recipe can hold. I cooked it just the way you taught me, but it tastes like tears instead. The kitchen light still burns, but our family's long gone out. No matter how I follow every single word you wrote, I can't bring back the warmth we used to have. The soup's gone cold now, the paper stained with tears. Maybe some warmth was never in the words. Chocolate slowly melting on a table set for one. No chairs pulled close beside me, just the hum of empty air. I'm holding one small candle shaped to mark a year begun, bought a week ago in secret, tucked with careful, quiet care. I stare across the tablecloth at where you used to sit, eyes closed, hands folded softly, whispering a wish each year. My thumb rests on the lighter's wheel, prepared to strike the lit small flame that used to mirror all the warmth we gathered here. But my fingers start to tremble, losing hold of what they hold. The lighter falls and clatters, rolling somewhere out of sight, because the one whose breath I'm waiting for has since grown cold, and no flame I could offer her could summon back her light. I close my eyes and try to hum the song we used to share, but only broken fragments leave my throat into the air. And I sing to no one, half a melody undone, watching wax strips slowly down a candle no one's lighting. Somewhere between the second verse I lose the words, I run out of breath, out of reason, out of any use in trying. So I sit beside this hollow cake, singing softer than the silence lets me. You're 1 year older now, but your breathing stopped last night. I prayed so hard you'd wake, but the angels say you're gone. You turned into a star up there, so far beyond my reach, and I'm still down here singing this alone. I never got to light it, never got to watch you smile, the way the little flame would flicker gold cold against your face. I keep the candle sealed in plastic, saved it all this while, afraid that lighting it might finally erase this space. The frosting's starting to collapse in slow defeated waves, like even sugar understands the weight of losing you. I trace the numbers of your age carved into candles' shape. 1 year you'll never hold, 1 wish you'll never get to choose. And I sing to no one, half a melody undone, watching wax drip slowly down a candle no one's lighting. Somewhere between the second verse I lose the words, I run out of breath, out of reason, out of any use in trying. So I sit beside this hollow cake, singing softer than the silence lets me. You're 1 year older now, but your breathing stopped last night. I prayed so hard you'd wake, but the angels say you're gone. You turned into a star up there, so far beyond my reach, and I'm still down here singing this alone. Happy birthday, wherever you are. Snow is piling heavy on the shelter where I wait, alone against the cold for transportation, running late. I pull a postcard from my bag, a picture of this town, covered edge to edge in words I never wrote down. Hundreds of small confessions softly aching, quietly true. Every sentence built from missing every version of you. I have your address memorized, could send it with one stamp, but yesterday you handed me an invitation, hand to hand. The paper trembles softly as you passed it into mine. You're wedding someone else's name written next to yours in gold. I smiled and told you congratulations, kept my voice aligned, while everything inside me turned as distant, turned as cold. I can't mail confessions to a heart that's already sealed. Some love was only ever mine to carry, mine to yield. And I tear the postcard slowly, watching pieces catch the wind, mixing with the snowfall, till the letters can't be read. 1,000 words I wrote you, now scattering, now thin, into nothing but a memory of everything unsaid. So I let the paper drift and fall, burying what we could have been. 1,000 words I wrote for you, but I can never send them now, because someone new is holding every future left to write. I'm only the author of the past you've left behind, while someone else gets every page ahead. I watch the pieces scatter till they're buried in the white, disappearing like a secret only winner learns to keep. I think about the version of us I held on to too tight, a story I kept writing long after you fell asleep. The invitations tucked inside my pocket, crisp and neat, a formal kind of ending dressed in calligraphy gold. I finally understand that closure doesn't need to be complete. Sometimes it's just releasing what you never learned to hold. And I tear the postcard slowly, pieces catch the wind, mixing with the snowfall, till the letters can't be read. 1,000 words I wrote you, now scattering, now thinned into nothing but a memory of everything unsaid. So I let the paper drift and fall, burying what we could have been. 1,000 words I wrote for you, but I can never send them now, because someone new is holding every future left to write. I'm only the author of the past you've left behind, while someone else gets every page ahead. The paper's gone now, the snow keeps falling still. Maybe some stories were only mine to end. The wind up here is fierce enough to lift me off my feet, but I stand still and watch the sun retreat behind the hill. Inside my coat, a velvet box, it's heavy, silent, deep, the one I meant to open here on bended knee, so still. I plan to ask you forever underneath this fading sky, but last night I saw your arms around a stranger's waist instead. I didn't scream, I didn't ask a single question why. I simply turned in silence, dignity the only thing I said. I climbed up here this morning with the future in my chest, a version built entirely out of promises and trust. But standing at this ledge, I finally give my hope a rest, and let the weight of loving you dissolve to something just. The box feels colder now than any wind could ever be. I pull it slowly from my pocket, staring at the sea, and I swing my arm back gently, letting silver catch the light, before I watch it fall into a canyon dark and deep. Like everything I promised you, the moment felt so right gets buried now in shadows only mountains learn to keep. So I stand and watch it disappear, the weight of loving you finally gone. I planned a future with you as my bride, standing here tonight, but you built a home with someone else instead of me. This ring cost me everything, but nothing it could hold compares to how cheap your heart turned out to be. I used to think forever meant a promise carved in stone, something strong enough to hold through every kind of storm. But standing on this cliffside now, I finally feel alone in a way that teaches me what loyalty should form. The canyon holds a ring now buried deep where no one sees, much like the trust you buried underneath somebody's touch. I turn my back against the ledge and let the mountain breathe, relieved to finally set down something I held on to too much. And I swing my arm back gently, letting silver catch the light, before I watch it fall into a canyon dark and deep. Like everything I promised you, the moment felt so right gets buried now in shadows only mountains learn to keep. So I stand and watch it disappear, the weight of loving you open like the day you passed, letting winter drizzle settle soft against the sill. Your old coat still hangs there, holding on to a scent that lasts, draped across the corner, empty, quiet, holding still. I've learned to close the door behind me, learned to lock it tight, but something in my chest refuses closing anything. The wind keeps finding entrance every single passing night, like you never truly left, like you're still lingering. I reached to pull the window shut 100 different times. My fingers hover trembling just above the frozen glass, but something always stops me, some belief that still confines me to believing you might drift back through it soft at last. The coat sways gently every time a breeze moves through the room, like it's still filled with shoulders I remember still assume. And the window stays wide open, though the winter's turning cold, because some part of me still thinks you're drifting through tonight. I've learned to shut every door in this apartment, growing bold, but this one window stubborn, holding on with all its might. So it stays open to the dark, waiting for a shadow I still love. Close the window if you can, mine still waits for your shadow. The wind comes in every night, like you never learned to say goodbye. I thought about the coat 100 times, thought I let it go, folded up in boxes tucked away where I won't see. But every time I reach to move it, something makes me slow. Some quiet hope that keeping it might keep you close to me. The neighbors' windows all stay shut against the falling rain, sensible and warm, my mind stays open to the storm. Maybe I'm still learning how to let go of the pain. Maybe closing windows means admitting you won't come home. The window stays wide open, though the winter's turning cold, because some part of me still thinks you're drifting through tonight. I've learned to shut every door in this apartment, growing bold, but this one window stubborn, holding on with all its might. So it stays open to the dark, waiting for a shadow I still love. Close the window if you can, mine still waits for your shadow. The wind comes in every night, like you never learned to say goodbye. That's what you always say. I'm still here, listening. Moonlight slides and slivers through the gap between the blinds, filling up this room that's grown too big for only me. I press the button softly one more time to rewind. Your laughter spills out perfect, like you're standing next to me. The static holds your breathing in a way the earth forgot, a fossil made of sound instead of stone or dust or clay. I close my eyes eyes and swear I feel the warmth you always brought, though the calendar insists you've been in ashes since May. Every night I hover over that small trembling delete, telling myself tonight's the night I'll finally let you rest. But my thumb goes soft, my resolve dissolves, admits defeat, and I'm holding this small speaker tight against my chest. Your voice keeps living safe inside this 2-inch metal frame, while the hands that used to hold me turn to weather, turn to air. And I wonder how a voice can stay so painfully alive when everything around it has already turned to ghost. They say that love continues, but they never say it survives, trapped in a machine, replaying what I miss the most. So I hold this glowing little screen like it's the last warm piece of you. You said goodnight so softly, and it wakes me every night. If I could bend the hours backward, I would choose to stay inside that single second, wrapped in what your voice still holds, until my final morning fades away. I've memorized the pauses where you breathe before you'd speak, the small catch in your throat before you'd say my name out loud. I know this message better than the shape of my own cheek, better than my own reflection wandering through the crowd. The battery bar keeps shrinking like a slow and quiet clock. Some nights I charge the phone at 3, afraid to let it die, because if the sound goes silent, if the small thing starts to stop, I lose the final thread connecting your voice to the sky. And I wonder how a voice can stay so painfully alive when everything around it has already turned to ghost. They say that love continues, but they never say it survives, trapped in a machine, replaying what I miss the most. So I hold this glowing little screen like it's the last warm piece of you. You said goodnight so softly, and it wakes me every night. If I could bend the hours backward, I would choose to stay inside that single second, wrapped in what your voice still holds, until my final morning fades away. Good night, that's what you always say. I'm still here, listening. This little street is buried under leaves gone amber brown. No footsteps walking next to mine like they were meant to be. A Polaroid sits folded in my bag, a faded frown of upturned smiles that time refuses to repeat for me. I walk this path each autumn, letting hope arrive again, believing that the season might arrange one chance collide. But every corner holds your shadow, every gust your name, and still the only thing that waits here is the leaves outside. trace the picture's edges worn from pulling out too much. Your laughter frozen perfect in a moment glued in place. I keep on walking, hoping fate might offer one more touch of accidental meeting, one more glimpse of your old face. The trees don't need convincing to remember what we had. They drop their leaves like offerings, still holding on, still sad. And every fall the street repeats the colors of that year, golden orange scattered soft like it remembers everything. But you forgot this pavement, forgot why I still come here, forgot the seasons stitched together by the love we used to bring. So I walk through leaves that never change, hoping accident will bring you back. Autumn remembers, even when you don't. The street stays the same, only the people are gone. I've memorized the pattern of the leaves along this ground, the way they used to crunch beneath our footsteps, slow and true. I still catch myself turning fast at every distant sound, convinced for just a second that the moment might be you. The Polaroid keeps fading softer, colors turning pale, much like the hope I carry, walking empty down this road. Maybe some autumns aren't for meeting, only telling tales of seasons that keep turning while the heart still bears the load. And every fall the street repeats the colors of that year, golden orange scattered soft like it remembers everything. But you forgot this pavement, forgot why I still come here, forgot the seasons stitched together by the love we used to bring. So I walk through leaves that never change, hoping accident will bring you back. Autumn remembers, even when you don't. The street stays the same, only the people are gone. The leaves keep falling, the street remembers still. Maybe this year I'll finally stop looking. Light rain is falling gentle on the bench where we once sat. The paint half peeled, the wood still holding shape of where you'd lean. I find an old train ticket folded flat inside my coat, a journey we once promised, one we never got to mean. My feet begin to carry me away from this old platform, but something in my chest stays rooted, waiting on the rail for whistles that stop sounding years before this quiet storm, for footsteps that arrive too late, for letters in the mail. I trace the number printed faint, the day we never used, a future folded into paper, soaking through with rain. I keep on walking forward, though my heart still feels confused, believing tracks might carry back the version I sustain. The rain begins to slow around me, softening the gray, and something settles quiet, something learning how to stay. And I walk away, but my heart stays here upon this platform still, listening for engines that were never meant to come. The sky won't say your name out loud, but somehow it will. And every drop that falls before the quiet turns to numb. So I stay, half leaving, half behind, listening for a sound that never comes. If you never come back tonight, why does every rain still sound like goodbye? I walk away, but my heart stays behind at the station, and the rain keeps calling out your name. I've learned the shape of waiting better than I know goodbye, counting raindrops like the seconds of a train that never came. I used to think devotion meant refusing to deny that somewhere down these tracks still lived a version of your name. The platform's resting slower than the hope I kept alive, each bolt and beam surrendering to weather, time and rust. I finally understand that some departures don't arrive, that even loyalty can drown beneath enough mistrust. And I walk away, but my heart stays here upon this platform still, listening for engines that were never meant to come. The sky won't say your name out loud, but somehow it will. And every drop that falls before the quiet turns to numb. So I stay, half leaving, half behind, listening for a sound that never comes. If you never come back tonight, why does every rain still sound like goodbye? I walk away, but my heart stays behind at the station, and the rain keeps calling out your name. The rain is stopped now, the platform's empty still. Maybe your name was never meant to fade.